Now we have to look at the newspapers. So we have the Daily Graphic here on the front page. It says, in the wake of destruction of state property, we are in control. Police assures the public. And you have a picture there of Mr. Christian Tete Yehuno, who is the Director General of Police Operations. NPC condemns attack on state property. That's the National Peace Council. And then we have don't criticize religious worship, Most Reverend Osei Bonsu. On the back page, we have dedicated lanes for QBS ready. And the QBS, we know, is for the quality bus system. Supposed to have been the bus rapid transit. We'll see how that goes. We keep seeing signs of the road, but we don't know whether they would be adhered to. On the front page of the Ghanaian Times, we have, I will keep my promise. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo assures nation. Musa cancelled Damba Festival. And then we have 10 busted for cyber fraud. Traders cleared from Kwame Nkrumah interchange. And security chiefs pledge loyalty. On the back page, we have this clearly. And apparently, traders had invaded the Kwame Nkrumah interchange. And I hope that the next mayor also will do that and continue that, because we need to clear some areas which are not supposed to be the preserve of squatters and hawkers. I mean, it's a bit unnerving to see this. So it says that following the Ghanaian Times report regarding the resumption of trading activities at undesignated sites at the Kwame Nkrumah interchange, a task force led by the AMA Chief Executive Alfred Oko van der Poy stormed the area to clear the traders on Tuesday. With the support of personnel from the Ghana Police Service, the task force also confiscated wares, including mobile phones and cosmetics displayed by the traders. And the exercise led to a series of confrontations between members of the task force and some traders, compelling the police to use a taser device to just calm one aggressive victim. Ghana Health Service checks malaria at Adaklu. Now we know that it's in the Volta region. Let's look at the Daily Guide. It has on the front page, fight breaks out in NDC over shock defeat. And I'm there for you, Nana Addo tells Ghana chiefs. I usually like looking at the center spread. It just gives you results of parliamentary elections in the Ashanti region. So you can see it it says it's been captioned 2016, election 2016, MPP sweeps Ashanti region. Kiwa. So those are the stories we have. But the main story is on page 3. It says the National Democratic Congress appears to be overwhelmed with internal strife over the party's humiliating defeat in the December 7 presidential and parliamentary elections. Since the defeat, which may probably be felt after the party has handed over power to the new Patriotic Party on January 7, 2017, things have not been the same, with activists of the NDC going after their leaders for supervising the defeat. Supporters and activists of the outgoing governing party are peeved with the executives for woefully failing to deliver victory for President John Dramani Mahama, thereby sending the party into opposition. They wondered why the leadership sat aloof for the MPP to snatch power from them without any protest. Party's founder, Jerry John Rawlings, was said to have visited the party headquarters on Monday to assess the situation. Interesting. All right, so you just have to get a copy of the Daily Guide and you get to know what the stories there are. Front, back pages, the inside stories also of the Daily Guide. We have the Daily Dispatch newspaper saying exclusive analysis of the 2016 presidential elections focused on the Volta and Northern regions, a complete chart of 2016 presidential elections, and then we have some other stories also there. Okay. On the back page, we have other stories there. It says exclusive analysis of the elections, arrest and prosecute those attacking people. And the story attributed to a former general secretary of the MPP, known to many of us as John by his called Kwejo Usu-Efriye. And it says daughter beats mother in election. Nana Kunedu Ajman-Rawlings got 16,878 votes countrywide. Her daughter got, just in one constituency, 33,609. Nana Kunedu Ajman-Rawlings was a flag bearer of the NDP. On the front page of the BNFT, private pension funds hit 4.7 billion Ghana cedis. Pay attention to suffocating industries, and that's a former AGI president, the AGI president, James Asare-Jay. Will the new national airline fly? It's a question being asked by a story filed by Dominic Andor. Okay, and then we have the finder. It's the last paper we're looking at before we go to the online portal. Confusion rocks NDC. Supporters accuse party officials of amassing wealth and doing little. Prosper private sector, Senyor Hosi advocates. Presidential poll results are accurate, Kodeo. Transition process, handing over notes not ready. My doors are open to you all, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to Ghana Chiefs. That's what I heard. That they said the president had given the message. Okay. All right, so those will be the stories on the main front page and back pages of the newspaper. Now let's look at the various online portals. We have a transition meeting, handing over notes. So we have the message from the Morning Man. Mahama ECOWAS leaders sweat on Gambia's Yaya Jammeh. We know that that's a very tricky situation for the West African sub-regional group in ECOWAS, the Economic Community for West African States, ECOWAS. Transition meeting, handing over notes ready, Hannah Tete. The spokesperson for the government's transition team says the handing over notes from each ministry that are to be given to the transition team for the incoming administration are ready. We're also told in some newspapers that they are not ready. Just, please, Joy FM and my Joy Online and Joy News were your most credible source for a lot more of the information. And transition meeting, NPP expects transparency and honesty, Mustafa Hamid. Mustafa Hamid is the spokesperson for the president-elect, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. NPP demands rerun of Tamale Central Upper West Achim elections, threatens court action. We know that the 2016 elections may have been over with the declaration of Nana Addo Dankwa elect as president, but Charlie, a lot more issues. And your FM's Home Affairs donates to Accra Psychiatric Hospital. That's a good one there. NDC Director of Elections killed in accident, and it says the NDC Central Regional Director of Elections, Yahweh Siedu, has been killed in an accident Tuesday morning while on his way to Accra. It's a very sad incident. Can we have go into the story and read the story? Very sad incident. Very sad incident. Very sad incident. Very sad incident. Okay, it says the Regional Director of Elections for the NDC Central Region, Yahweh Siedu, has been killed in a Tuesday morning accident. The accident occurred on the Winneba Palm Road in the Central Region at about 8 a.m. Yahweh Siedu, a lawyer, was traveling to Accra to convey collation sheets from last week's general elections to the party's headquarters when the accident occurred. The deceased is said to be in his mid-40s, was in the company of the NDC Regional Treasurer, Eric Iswa, and a driver when the accident occurred. The vehicle in which the three traveled was found to have veered off the road. Circumstances surrounding the accident were unclear, according to Joy News. His body has since been deposited at the mortuary at the Winneba Trauma Hospital. The two others are in serious or critical conditions and have been airlifted to Accra for further treatment. Our condolences to his family, Yahweh Siedu. Very fine lawyer by our standards. Let's go to the next story as the last one before we look at the other online portals. Pro-NPP AFAG vows to be critical of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government. Reminds me of CJ and the others. When the NDC came to power, they became as silent as church bells. Anyway, so let's look at City FM. Let's go through quickly. City FM says accusations of post-election violence exaggerated. That's the youth leader of the MPP, Samia Uku. We also have fixed financial challenges within power sector, except to MPP. Handing over notes for Nana Addo Ready government. Correct me if I go wrong. Akufo-Addo to Accra Chiefs. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is the president-elect of the Republic of Ghana. We have other stories. The military intervention in Gambia not a good idea, according to experts. And then we have Michael Quay likely to be next Speaker of Parliament. PNC calls for rerun of Tamale Central election. So we have other stories as well. Okay. The Africa page of the BBC says Gambia soldiers seize election headquarters. Ha. Ha ha. The Gambia security forces have taken over the Electoral Commission headquarters, its chairman says. They're not just finished an election, which we have the president as incumbent for his party, just accepting a defeat. And now we have a president whose party got defeated, not accepting the results. Anyway, there was the argument within the electioneering or past prior to the main elections, how there was a change in Gambia and also a change in Ghana and how democracy is blah, 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 blah. Charlie, Ghana is advanced. So those are the stories we have on the online portal, the Africa page of the BBC, others there. So you want to read a lot, you want to read a lot more of the stories, please, you can. Make sure that you log on to our foremost page, myjoyonline.com, and then you get a lot more of the stories. And we can give you regular updates on our page on Facebook, Joy News on TV, and you can also send us a lot more of those messages through the number 0560 800,000. We're taking a break. We'll be right back.